welcome to your first flipped video for art. As we discussed in our orientation, Mrs. Kellogg and I will be doing flipped videos this year to help us make good use of our time when we are in class. So this is your first one, and we decided for your first flipped video we would do a Unit 1 test review. You have a review that is due on September 3rd, and I believe the test is due on September 4th. So we really wanted to go through the review and help you out and make sure that you make really great grades on this first test, and to kind of walk you through how we test, and so that you can see why one answer would be better than another. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for this review, you will have, I believe, 10 questions. I believe there are also 10 questions on the test. The review is worth 25 points, and the test is worth 100 points. You will have 3 reviews this semester, and you will have 4 reviews and 3 tests this semester. So, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. So let's go ahead and go through question 1. Hopefully you have made it all the way through Unit 1 and you've read all of the material so that these questions are going to be easy for you. So question 1 is, what types of shapes did Gauguin use most often? Okay, this is a picture from your material. And as you're looking through the shapes, I don't think my pointer's working. As you're looking through the shapes, let's see, you can see that I'm going to highlight. If you're looking at the shapes, we don't have lots of straight, rigid lines. We don't have lots of geometric shapes in here. I hope you can see this highlighting that I'm doing. So the answer choices are vertical, organic, geometric, and horizontal. Based on the shapes that we just highlighted, why don't you go ahead and take a guess in your mind as to what you think the correct answer will be. The correct answer was organic. Okay, as we were looking, these shapes were irregular. They weren't vertical. Vertical means to go up and down. They weren't geometric. Remember how we said that we didn't see any triangles, any squares, anything like that. Horizontal means to go from side to side, okay, like the horizon. So the best answer choice is going to be organic. I hope you got that one correct. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, here's our second question. Which of the following is the best definition of texture? Your answer choice, texture is one of the elements of art that we covered in this Unit 1. Okay, the answer choices are the tactile surface quality or feel of an object, a continuous mark made on a surface, the area taken up by objects or surrounding them, or the lightness or darkness of a surface. Okay, these are all definitions of elements of art, but the answer choice that we are looking for is texture. Why don't you go ahead and take a guess, and I'll give you an answer on the next slide. Okay, so your best answer choice is going to be the tactile surface quality or feel of an object. So let's say, for example, I ask you to feel, if you're wearing shoes, the bottom of your shoe. It has kind of a rough, bumpy surface. And then let's say I ask you to feel the outside of your window. It feels smooth. Okay, if I asked you to feel a piece of sandpaper, It would feel rough and gritty. That's what texture is, okay? It's how an object feels. Now, these other answers, a continuous mark made on a surface, that's the definition of line. Area taken up by objects or surrounding them, that's the definition of space. Okay, the lightness or darkness of a surface, that's the definition of value. So the correct answer is the tactile surface, quality, or feel of an object. Let's keep going. Okay, which statement best describes how Henri Matisse creates variety in the Red Room? That's the name of this painting right in front of you. Okay, so the answer choices are: he adds texture to the objects and the figure. He uses similar shapes and values. He overlaps contrasting forms. He uses different kinds of lines, colors, and patterns. Okay, so if we are going through all of these, let's actually look at the painting. What do you see in this painting? Okay, I definitely see some vertical lines, some horizontal lines. I definitely see lots of pattern back here in the wallpaper. Lots of pattern. And as you can see, it is very colorful. So let's see if that is the correct answer. What do you know? So the correct answer was he uses different kinds of lines, colors, and patterns. Okay, as you can see, there is not much texture to the painting. If you look at the clouds, and not the clouds, wow. If you look at the trees in the background, you can see that they do have a little bit of texture. The leaves have a little bit of texture, but other than that, the painting appears fairly smooth. So he does use similar shapes and values, especially when you're talking about pattern. And I don't think he has any overlapping. So our best would be he uses different kinds of lines, colors, and patterns. I hope you guys are doing great on this quiz. Let's keep going. Okay, here's the next one. Which of the following is the best definition of unity in an artwork? Our answer choices are, these are hard to read. It's all squished up. I needed to do better on this. Okay, the feeling of oneness that occurs when all the parts of a design fit well together. The use of different lines, shapes, colors, values, or forms to create interest. The quality of an artwork in which the elements are visually equal. Or an arrangement of elements that creates a visual rhythm. Okay, so why don't you take a second and decide which one you think is best. Remember, we are looking for the definition of unity. Unity. Ooh, that went all over the place. Here we go. Okay, so the best definition was the feeling of oneness that occurs when all the parts of a design fit well together. When you think about the definition of unity, it is the feeling of oneness, is it not? So that was the best answer for this question. Let's keep going. We group artists with similar characteristics into periods, civilizations, or styles. Which is the best definition of civilization? Okay, you guys are going to have to go back to some of your history and remember what the definition of civilization is. So here are our answer choices. And of course, this was in your Unit 1 as well, just in case you don't want to reference your history. Okay, our answer choices are A stage of social development of a particular people that is characterized by city building, the common characteristics among many different groups of people around the world, or the years during which a particular culture created works of art. Okay, take a second and decide which one you think would be the best answer. Let's see what it is. Okay, our best answer will be a stage of social development of a particular people that is characterized by city building. So this was in Unit 1, and just in case you didn't read Unit 1, you can reference your history classes, where I'm sure that's what you discuss civilization as well. Okay, let's keep going. I think we're at least halfway through. Let's keep going. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Fauvism. The next question is, which distinguishing characteristic of Fauve paintings, or Fauve paintings if you want to be French, what is a distinguishing characteristic of Fauve paintings? Okay, number one, they have bright colors and simplified forms. They have representational colors and textures. They have highly detailed forms and textures. Okay, Henri Matisse was characterized as a Fauvist, so was Vincent van Gogh and a few others, just for, I'm sure that was in your text. But let's see, what answer do you think is correct? Okay, the correct answer was they have bright colors and simplified forms. We will learn more about these types of painters, I think, in spring semester. This is one of my favorite periods in art. Okay, next question. Which of the following is an aesthetic question you could ask about El Greco's The Burial of Count Orgaz? And I apologize, my Spanish is the worst. So let's look at our answer choices. Where is pattern most prominent in this painting? Does the painting have to tell a story to be considered art? How did El Greco use color and value in this painting? Go ahead and take a second to make your choice. Okay, so the best answer choice for which of the following is an aesthetic question you could ask about El Greco's The Burial of Count Orgaz. Sorry, again, for my native Spanish speakers. Does the painting have to tell a story to be considered art? Let's keep going. In which step of the critical analysis process would you expect your personal opinion about whether or not an artwork is successful? Would you do it in the description? Would you do it in the interpretation? Would you do it in the evaluation? Or would you do it in the analysis? Take a second to make your choice. Okay, so the correct answer is in the evaluation. This is what I do for you. I evaluate your artwork. And with your evaluation, when you see your grade, then you can determine whether you think that your artwork was successful or not, correct? So that's where I tell you in the evaluation how I think you did, how I think that you were able to successfully take care of the things that were on your rubric. So the correct choice is evaluation. Moving forward. Red, yellow, and blue are primary colors. Is this true or false? I hope that I get 100% on this question. Red, yellow, and blue are, of course, primary colors, and this is something that you probably learned when you were in elementary school. So just in case you need a refresher on the primary colors, I have put a video. It's a stop action photography video on my YouTube site, and I love it. So if you want to go and watch that, go ahead. It goes in through the primary colors, goes through the secondary colors, and how to mix them. It's really fun. I actually got it from Sesame Street, but watch it. You'll enjoy it. Okay. Green and orange are primary colors. True or false? Take a second to take your guess. Okay, this is the end of our review for the Unit 1 review and for the Unit 1 test. I hope that you all do very well on your test, and I hope that this helped you. If you have any questions about the test, please talk to either Mrs. Kellogg or me, and I hope that this was helpful for all of you. Have a wonderful day.